Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to Awaroa Part 2. We got quite a bit done, I'd say, a decent amount. We also got a piebald in the last episode, so go ahead and check that out, which is crazy. Awaroa is not disappointing already. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoy.
This is one of the hunting spots my mentor used to take me out to. Bound to be something worth stalking in the area.
Hello, the fallow deer.
If you're wondering why there's no one around, it's because the reserve is officially closed to visitors for the foreseeable future. And definitely conducting emergency field research, we said. If that's what it takes to get the day trippers to clear out for a hot minute, so be it. I swear I haven't seen this place so deserted in about 10 years. It's lovely, actually. Even if I can only experience it through you. We used to camp out here when I was little. Tramp over from the other side. Me and a gaggle of other kids carrying backpacks bigger than our whole bodies. Not much of that lifestyle left these days. I miss it sometimes. Don't fall in now. Wouldn't be the first time that's happened here. That'll do. It's looking well. We had some hoon try to saw off one of the branches a few weeks ago. Can you believe? Well, luckily someone managed to talk him out of it. Sometimes wedding parties will have the brides come up and sit on it. Wade right into the water and soak those dear dresses. That tree is 80 years old. Started off as a stray branch nailed to a fence. It's a tribute to tenacity, if you ask me. Right, now for our next destination. Head down to the shoreline. There's a set of huge boulders there that have to be seen to be believed. I know what you're thinking. She's showing me some rocks. But trust me on this one.
Sheesh.
Our beaches are buzzing with natural activity. At least they used to be. You get more and more rubbish washed up all over the place lately. Bits of plastic pellets, runoff from factories further north. I swear I've seen tin cans with Australian brand names. We do our best, but we can't always prevent the poor critters ending up with junk in their bellies. Anyway, that's the situation. I'll get back to you when you arrive. Just gonna head off for a minute and make some tea. I don't really get why people fall over themselves trying to get slightly different variations of the same photo. Why can't they just stand back and enjoy it?
Tree-rific. A willow tree curving gently out of the lake here had an inauspicious start, beginning life as a single branch nailed to a fence post 80 years ago. These days, the throngs of visiting day trippers trying to capture an isolation that no longer exists makes for a somewhat ironic sight, and to many local photographers, the mere mention of the hashtag Wakaiti tree, Wakaiti tree, as it's known on social media, elicits a sigh followed by a laugh.
That's better. Nothing like a good old Kiwi herbal blend to sort the head out. Oh, well, look at this. Couldn't help themselves, could they? One last hurrah before we shut the place down. This really can't wait, mate. There's a little blue penguin population nesting not far from here, and they'll gladly take this for food. Okay, that looks manageable. Let's clean this up and take the photo. Then we can talk hunting again. Well, as you can imagine, being featured in a host of box office hits has done wonders for our profile with tourists. Problem is, a lot of the people who come are just here to take a few photos, dump a heap of rubbish, and then leave unceremoniously. So we end up with messes like this one. I'd like to say that we've become the victim of our own success, but that's letting me off the hook. Right, there should be a stand over on the other end of the beach with rubbish bags and a picker. We went to all the trouble of installing these, and they still couldn't be bothered. Looks like they had quite the little feast. These kids would have nightmares if you showed them some of what I've seen out here. Birds with stomachs so full of plastic they can't eat. South Island University. I knew it. Way too many people around here who have never respected this place. You can leave them over by the stand. There, spick and span. You made quick work of it. That's a perfectly usable tent. No sense wasting it. Anyway, I've had enough of this. And we need to ensure that we're attracting the right kinds of tourists, not just day trippers from Christchurch out on their school holidays. It's okay for people to come here and leave no trace, but it'd be better if we could rely on them to help us with our conservation goals. So hunters seem like the natural target audience. Our deer and goat populations need constant culling. And you better believe I've more faith in people who love the wilderness to respect the place than kids up to no good. At the risk of sounding like an old fusspot. Speaking of, let's do what we came to do and grab that photo. Lovely use of lighting. I may have to hire you to help out on my next book project, if I ever finish the current one. There's a lot of theories about where these boulders came from. Volcanic activity, lightning, even aliens. I've heard them all over the years. The boffins will tell you they were formed over 60 million years ago on the sea floor, like pearls. But that's not the whole story. When people first arrived in New Zealand, they took their staple crop with them, kumara, otherwise known as sweet potato. Unfortunately for them, the weather in this part of the country isn't exactly conducive to growing much, and the tubers withered and died. So they sent word to the Polynesian homeland, and a canoe set sail with a hardier crop. But it was caught in an intense storm just off the east coast. Each wave that struck it was so large that it made a new hill. Those are the ones you'll see further inland, and all of the cargo went overboard. And that's what these boulders are. Petrified kumara, eel baskets, calabashes. The canoe itself formed the reef further up. Moral of the story? Things have long shelf lives. A lesson I wish someone had taught those kids. Right, feeling warmed up? Good. It's time for you to show me what you can do. Camera on? Then you should have everything you need. I got Josh to set it up. He told me to tell you that it's state-of-the-art, equipped with Wi-Fi, so any footage you grab is automatically uploaded to our server. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I guess I'll be able to see it on here. No pressure then. There's good hunting in the whole of this area, from up around where you cleared out the props earlier to closer to the beach. Take your pick. But just one thing. We want it to show up nice on camera, so no minnows. Try for something at least 30 kg. The larger the better. Should be no problem for a hotshot like you. No word back from our friends in Hollywood regarding the props, by the way. My guess is that some townie thought it'd be a hoot to grab them for their crib. But I'm not keen on the idea of someone wandering around when we're supposed to be closed to visitors. Anyway, nothing you need to worry about right now. Just focus on those killer shots.
Well, that's annoying.
Not to worry. We'll fix that one up in the editing process. A lot of people around here think that hunting's heyday peaked in the 70s and 80s. Back when you'd get scores of daredevils out in helicopters gunning down deer 3 at a time. That's not the done thing anymore, for a whole host of reasons. But these days we need hunters more than ever. And I'm glad I have you on board to help us show the world that. You've got a fan here, Hoa. Josh gave me a hand posting some footage from your hunt to the reserve chat group, and it caught the eye of our resident sharpshooter, Melanie Murphy. Melanie's the one who taught me to hunt. She's retired now, but back in the day she worked out on those helicopters with the best, or worst of them. Tough as nails and with a sharp tongue to boot. We had a bit of a falling out 25 years ago. One of the choppers came down with us in it. That's how I injured my leg. I won't go into it, but we should never have taken off that day, and Melanie knew it. Well, these days we're cordial to each other, but not much else. Anyway, my mum always told me to let bygones be bygones and all that. Melanie's a better hunter than I'll ever be, advanced age notwithstanding. So I'll do my best to pass on whatever I've learnt from her gratis. You're welcome. Right, back on track. Sorry to ask again, but I need you to do me a favour. No, it's not more cleaning up, don't worry. Head to the outpost I've marked on your hunter mate and I'll explain on the way. I grew up here, just west of the mountain range. We were a small community of outsiders living in sync with nature. No running water and only whatever electricity our generator could provide. People from down in the local town used to call it a hippie commune, but I've never liked the term. It was about sustainable living first and foremost. We weren't just there to not shower and sing Kumbaya all day. So when I say the place is part of me, I mean it. Mum's family can trace their lineage here to the 14th century, and we've accumulated a lot of stories over the years. Some of those are about an animal that holds a special place in my heart. Pākehā, European settlers, released moose here about 100 years ago, and there haven't been any confirmed sightings since the 1950s. I wonder if these are the most studied rocks in the whole world. Gotta be up there with Uluru and Balanced Rock. But I swear to you, I saw one when I was little, staring straight at me out of a hazy morning mist. Ever since then, I've been determined to prove that they're still here. Even written a book about it. Or am writing a book about it, I should say. I can't give it the conclusion it deserves yet. I don't hold out much hope anymore. But I've got a few trail cameras scattered here and there. Usually just throw up deer herds and the occasional teenager behaving badly. But they're pretty low maintenance. One of them got knocked over and the battery's completely munted. So I'd like you to switch it out if that's not too much trouble. It's on the way to our next filming destination.
Sandstones. There's much debate as to the origin of these series of boulders. The hypothesis with the most currency in the scientific community is that they are concentrations, compact masses of carbonate formed around dead organisms on the seafloor around 60 million years ago. In a process that took anywhere from a couple of months to millions of years, in Murican, the boulders are petrified remains of cargo of the Awaroa, one of the prominent canoes to sail from the Polynesian homeland of Hawaii. So we've already gotten a piebald fallow deer on this map. So we've gotten a single rare from this map, and it hasn't disappointed us at all. So we're gonna see what else we can get. Hopefully we can get some other good trophies. I know we're gonna get at least one, but let's hope we can get a couple more good trophies. That would be really nice. Whether it's diamonds or rare fur colors, doesn't matter. But yeah.
Heading to the outpost. There should be a battery pack on the table. I've been meaning to get out there for ages, but then my legs started acting up again. Nice to have the help. It's the camera turned toward the river. Just a little further up there. Cheers. That should keep it going for another few years. Can you check the other cameras while you're here? Might give you some stalking suggestions, if nothing else. Now when something shows up on these, 9 times out of 10 it's a stray deer.
Trail camera photo 1. Single stray deer.
Between these little fellas and that props list, Christmas has come early this year.
Trail camera photo 2. A flock of turkeys. Not all the weapon DLCs. Alright, give me 1 sec.
There's our missing props. But who? I don't honestly mind someone getting some use out of them as long as we're not deemed responsible. But that's a big bloody truck. There's no driving of anything larger than an ATV permitted in the reserve. Don't see any tracks, do you? Must have been a few days ago at the earliest. License plate's pretty clear at least. I'll do some detective work and let you know.
Trail camera photo 3. Pickup truck loaded with movie props.
I don't suppose you packed any swing togs, eh? Well, not to worry. Getting to our next destination involves a bit of spelunking, but a flashlight and some waterproof boots should be all you need. Head to the cave I've marked on your hunter mate. Unless you'd rather climb over those mountains. No? Didn't think so.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Hope you enjoyed. Got quite a bit done along with the story, and we still got quite a bit to go. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Good times.